Well, hello all. Alright, I've already been outside. Got some B-roll video of the smoke coming into the Bay Area. But it was just too many people out. Just too crazy. The Bay Area has become so crowded. You can't even find a little space to do a video where people won't come over and start hassling you or talking with you or something. And with a video, you really have to pay attention to what you're doing. But that's not what we're here to talk about. Let's talk about a couple things. First of all, something really serious that is happening here in the U.S. The falling apart of our government. Our beautiful democracy is now crumbling. A dictatorship has now moved in. A mobster has taken over the helm. And that's what we're dealing with, is a mobster. What's the orange idiot's latest move? You just won't believe this. The U.S. is going to go into Syria. They're doing it at this moment with tanks and armored vehicles and air support, and they're going to take Syrian oil. We're going to just go and take it. The orange man. Was at a cabinet meeting yesterday and said that we, the U.S., will now go in and take Syria's oil. And then today, they're doing it. They're going in and taking the damn oil. That is not a democracy. That is a fascism. And if you can't see that, and not only that, but he said he still wants to take Iraq's oil. But Iraq isn't letting him take the oil yet. For some reason, he thinks they will. So, what are the Democrats doing about this? Exactly. These Democrats are so weak. The other day, they were doing the impeachment hearings, and a small group of Republicans bursted into the secure room and started to interrupt it and completely screwed it up, stopped it for 3 hours. What did the Democrats do? Did they call the cops in to haul the Republicans out of a secure room, an absolute top secure room? No, they let them bring their phones out and video secure stuff. Then the Democrats ordered pizza for all the Republicans. So the Republicans just sat around interrupting, getting in people's face while they ate pizza and threw it around the room. And then when they left after 3 hours, they threw the pizza boxes and pizzas all over the room. Unbelievable. That's thuggery. I don't care what you say. The rules were made by the Republicans, and the Republicans can't stand it when the Democrats follow the rules, because the rules are only set up for the Republicans, not for the opposition party. And this pathetic opposition party is so weak. They go and buy them pizzas? I also want to talk about Bernie Sanders very quickly. Obviously, Bernie Sanders is the only candidate that could even be counted as a legitimate progressive lefty on the Democratic ticket. I really have I have so much trouble with Bernie because of his age, and he's had a heart attack. Can he really handle the job? But if we were to vote him in, as long as there was another far to the left progressive candidate that's his running mate that could take over if something happened to Bernie. We don't want to see it fall into the hands of a Clinton. Yes, Hillary Clinton is running, by the way. I don't know if you guys know that. But she's trying to take over the ticket. And it just may be that she's drafted into the place where the front runners are now. Don't be surprised if it happens. I wanted to show you the fire that's over that way. It's Northern California's big fire. The smoke is now headed towards us. And it's supposed to be very windy next couple days, spreading the flames all over the place. The fire in California is now grown to 21,900 acres. It's about 100 miles north of here. It's about 5% contained. It has now burned only 49 structures. The problem with people living in California in the dry woodlands and moving up into the mountains is that you're going to get burned out every now and then. This is our own stupid thinking, moving into a brittle fire zone. The hotter the planet gets, the more California will turn into a summer firestorm every single year. For the last 5 years it's been going on. A couple more things I wanted to talk to you about. California homelessness. It's at an all-time high. It is just blossoming, blooming. Because here in the U.S., the property values keep going up without stop. That means that the rents are going up without stop. The cost of housing is going up without stopping. One problem with healthcare or something like that, you're on the street living in a bus or a car because nobody is going to help you. There isn't any help left anymore. The Republicans and Democrats got rid of all the help for that. Your candidates got rid of a lot of the help if you fall onto hard times. It's no longer there in the U.S. Now, I want to go over to the board and talk about something that happened just the other day, and it was an excellent discussion. Let's go over to the board. Okay, over on Black Bear News, he did a live show, which I happened to be so lucky to be part of the other day. And Kevin over there was talking about how the channels need to get together and work on somehow getting some real candidates in office. So this has to fall on YouTube. YouTube, can you make a channel that's called a master channel? It's, let's call it the left channel, right? And it's broken up into segments. Depending on these segments will move back and forth throughout the day. And the way it would work is that if you belong to this main channel, you could come on and start live streaming in, let's say, a segment like that. Let's say it's a 1 hour. And then the next progressive would come in and put in a little segment, let's say 45 minutes. Then the next progressive would come in maybe half an hour. Then the next progressive show would come in maybe an hour. The next one would come in and do a marathon 2 hours, right? And this would go on and on and on, day after day, month after month. But YouTube would have to make it to where somebody could set up a main channel and then other people could join the channel with live streaming, or they could even upload they're just a show that would take up maybe 15 minutes, right? Maybe just upload a video that they made. Then the next one might be live with the chat going and all that. So I'm thinking that that might be a way of getting groups together that can't get together now because there's just no way that YouTube has fixed up like that. Now, years ago, back in the early 80s or late 80s and 90s, when the internet was just getting going, there was a outfit called AOL. I guess it's still probably there, but they had a really good idea for chat. This exact same concept where you joined a room, they called them rooms, and then you talked with each other and did live chats and that sort of thing. This is very much the same, and that way the left could have an international channel with many different channels taking part, if that makes any sense. I hope it does. But that's sort of my idea. So, on another very dry, hot, dusty California day, we're waiting. Tomorrow and the next day is supposed to be a little cooler but windier. Means the fire danger goes up even more. So, with that, I appreciate all your ups, the downs, and the new subscribers. And until next time.